Well, I've been an admirer of Aleister Crowley. I think that I'm carrying on much of the work that he started over 100 years ago, and I think the 60s themselves. You know, Crowley said, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law."
I give the CIA a total credit for sponsoring and initiating the entire consciousness movement, counterculture events of the 1960s.
What insights can you share with us about your performance at the Bohemian Grove?
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't talk much about the Bohemian Grove because, you know, it's a place that people go to get away from the spotlight. You know, a lot of relatively well-known guys are members of that club.
Time malevolence which would pursue us here has lost its power under these friendly trees. So shall we burn thee once again this night, and in the flames that eat thine effigy, we shall read the sign, Midsummer sets us free. Ye shall burn me once again! Now but these flames, which hither ye have brought from regions where I reign, ye fools and priests, I spit upon your fire. Thou, transcendent of all mortal wisdom, owl of Bohemia, we beseech thee, grant us thy counsel.
What's he saying? Saying, please don't hurt me. Did you hear him, Paul? Did you hear him, Paul? What'd you do to him, Paul? They told me to do to him. Huh? I did what they told me to do to him. What did they say to do to him, Paul? Have sex with him? Okay. Now, you were used to having sex with people, right? Something else must have happened then when you called. He was crying and I was telling him. He's telling me, "You alright?" And I told the guy, I said, "I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this." But they're going, "Do it or else. Or we'll finish you too." Who's telling you this, Paul? The guy who's directing the thing. Says you either do this or we're going to kill you too. Do what, Paul? Do what? Screwed the kid. Okay, so you screwed the kid, then what happened? Did Nicholas screw the kid too? Yeah. Something you're not telling me, Paul. Yeah, they had some other guy came in and we didn't even know about it. And Nicholas didn't know what was going to go on next. This guy came in and he started kicking the shit out of Nicholas and he started trying to kick the shit out of me. Started beating on the kid. Started beating on him. Who started beating on him? This guy that was with the film crew and stuff. He came in and he started having sex with this kid. Okay. Bleeding. Bleeding from where? Right. Okay. You okay? And then this guy dragging him around. Are you in the cage? He started dragging him around. Then he just dragged the kid around. He was still having sex with him. Just tossing his kid around like he was tossing his kid around like it was a bag of potatoes or something. He started slamming him all over the place. Then he came back and he started kicking the shit out of me again. He started kicking my head. I started to do something, hit with a stick. Right in my balls. And couldn't fight back. Then he took me and Nicholas and shoved us in the cage. Then he took this kid and he sat there and sat him up.
Sat him up.
Right next to the cage, and then he started kicking the kid in his face. The kid was just crying. I kept yelling at the guy's cell phone, I said, kill him if I got a hold of him. I said, no, they shot him.
You what?
Shot him. Shot him in his head. Right after that, I tried to kill myself. Took us back to the hotel and tried to cut my wrist.
Who shot him? Paul? Did you shoot him with a pistol or a rifle?
Because they had a gun. Pistol.
Where exactly did they shoot him on his body?
Shot him in his head.
Front and behind?
In the front. I was just crying so much after they did that stuff that they opened the cage, they grabbed Nicholas and they...
Listen, I am a happy member of the Bohemian Grove. I like the folks who come there, and it's really inappropriate for me to talk about the group beyond that. Thank you.
Have you been there for the ceremony with the cremation of care?
Frankly, I don't think that's something I need to talk to you about. This is what's called ambush journalism, and I disrespect you for that as well. So thank you and goodbye.
Been in the ritual?
It's none of your damn business.
If Berkowitz was indeed a member of some satanic cult, who were they? And what were they trying to achieve? When Investigative Reports returns here on A&E, the Son of Sam talks about a group bent on total social chaos.
Satan isn't killed, but Jesus Christ, he gives life.
He is now a servant of God, born again behind bars. But 20 years ago, David Berkowitz was a soldier of Satan, recruited, he says, to spread evil.
In the darkest part of my life, when I was no longer in my right mind when I was ugly and vicious and wicked. In all that darkness, all that confusion and all that chaos, God's hands of love reached out to me and picked me up out of that mess.
That mess, says Berkowitz, was the world of the occult. It was a fascination that began innocently enough, a troubled teen looking to fill a void. His childhood, while not perfect, gave few hints of an impending internal storm. He was born out of wedlock and adopted by a Jewish couple in the Bronx.
It was just me and my dad and my mom, and they were a beautiful couple. They gave me as much love as they could and tenderness, but you know, I had a lot of emotional problems growing up. I had a lot of bouts of very severe depression and behavioral problems. A lot of that, I know today, was as a result of demonic oppression.
He sought escape by joining the army, but would return to the Bronx 3 years later, still a lost soul.
I didn't have any real friends. I didn't have any real hope or future or goals in mind at the time, just going from day to day, and I felt alienated.
He would then meet a friend who would change his life, Michael Carr, who had a brother named John and a father named Sam, and all would prove to be integral to the saga of Son of Sam.
I met him and at that party, and we just kind of got acquainted. He was basically an outgoing guy with a lot of zip, you know, a lot of wild, crazy ideas. We began to talk about the occult. It just came up. I was kind of like a misfit at the party. I didn't know anybody, so I was just hanging out over there. And he, you know, we started to rap, and one thing led to another. He wanted to take me to this park, you know, and meet some people.
Those meetings took place at Untermeyer Park, amid the ruins of what had once been a private estate.
You know, I was just a dumb Jewish kid from the Bronx looking for friends, looking to hang out. But now looking back and seeing what had happened, I was being introduced into the occult, into Satanism. It was a recruitment process, a slow but methodical recruitment process, yes.
Recruitment into Satan's army, he now says. Berkowitz reveals the name of the cult he joined for the first time.
Right. Woven deeper into the Westchester group was a mixture of more hardcore individuals, and they were known as the Process in general terms, although they didn't really use that name a lot.
The Process Church of Final Judgment. Confidential federal documents show the group has been investigated for various criminal activities. The Process first registered as a non-profit religious institution in Louisiana in the 1960s and spread to other states, often changing names. Jesse Turner is a former Process affiliate and hitman, now doing time in Alabama.
The reason for killing people?
Sometimes it would be financial, sometimes it would be vengeful, and sometimes it would just be to keep the ball of evil going.
Is that what they wanted?
Yeah, social Armageddon. You know, not an Armageddon in the biblical sense, but a social Armageddon.
Friends of family and strangers and my family used to rape me, make me abort the babies I had.
It would be hard to imagine more misery and suffering than what Teresa says she's had to endure.
And us kids would be made to do things with the adults and the animals, and then a sacrifice would happen.
The sacrifice, were these animal sacrifices?
Animals and people.